Welcome to Upper Mississippi River Valley. We're going to jump right into a quick little tour of the farm and the equipment that I have set up. This is a little bit different than what I typically do. Typically, I'll do like a, start from scratch, zero, survival type start. But I figured with this kind of a map with the bigger fields, I wanted to give myself a little bit of something to work with here. So I kind of set myself up here with the basics. We're going to start right here at the farmhouse. I did set ourselves up with a decent truck because, vehicles are one of those things that, in real life, you would already have a vehicle most likely. So I gave myself a decent vehicle because I've been wanting to use this TLX 2022 since it came out and just haven't found a reason to. So yeah, over here we have our cow pasture. We're going to be getting some cows for this pasture here fairly soon. Either this episode or next episode we may end up doing that. But I went with the most basic animal trailer that I could find. I believe base game. I didn't install any modded trailers. The mods are probably set to the least amount that I could get. I did add a couple of modded tractors in just to give me a little bit more variety because the brand that we are going with on this farm is the majority will be New Holland. Now, I typically run John Deere stuff. Over here we got a little flatbed trailer. This does have auto load on it, but at first I don't think I'm really going to use the auto load. I might do some manual stuff because I got these joysticks and everything and I want to use them. But yeah, so typically I use John Deere stuff or Case. I've used Case quite a bit. I rarely ever use New Holland. So over here, this is a little, supposed to be a workshop. There was no workshop trigger in here, so I put this little toolbox here. So this middle bay will remain open and empty to get in here to do this. Now I could always move this as I need to. We have over here, this is an edited, modded skid steer, and instead of the standard yellow and black, I went with the blue, the New Holland blue with the yellow logos. Those logos you can't change the color of, but yeah, so you can change the color of the body and the wheels on this. It is available on the mod hub. You can go check that out. And it does have quite a few color options. Over here we've got our Merlot. Again, I've changed it to the New Holland blue. I have used this Merlot before. I absolutely love this Merlot as a starting off point for a telehandler. This time around I did go ahead and throw the little, I think this is the, no, I put the beefy tires on this one. You can change the tire size on this one. This one is just, standard. I think maybe wide. Anyways, but I went with the Merlot because I absolutely love that front loader. Over here, just around the corner, I added this shelf in just to give me some more storage space for implements and attachments. We've got our fuel tank right here. I don't even know if there's fuel in there. It says a fuel cell point or a fuel point or something. I don't know if this is like you buy fuel here or you can bring fuel to fill it up and store it here. I really do not want any byproducts stations on the farm. I like to be able to go out, buy what I need, bring it back to the farm kind of thing. Anyways, right here we have our skid steer stuff. We got an implement mover, trailer mover, bale spikes, and a bucket. Right here we got a cherry picker for the telehandler, a bucket, pallet forks, and a bale fork as well. Then let's move on over here. This is a fermenting silo, which is standard on this farm. And it has a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I can't get it to... Oh, it's because I don't have anything active in it. There's nothing in there. Right here we have our TMR mixer trailer deal. This is where you would get the stuff out of the fermenting silo. This will probably I don't know. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to mix the TMR and stuff anyways, unless we put a TMR mixing station somewhere on the farm, which we may eventually do that. Right now I just didn't want to give myself everything, you know what I mean? In here, this is where the mixing wagon and the slurry tank and the skid steer that you start off with are in here. So yeah, so I basically I kind of stuck with exactly what, like, I stuck with the basic idea of what the map creator had in mind for starting equipment on this farm, and then I added just a couple of things here and there, and I changed the brand. Also, there was that I it didn't make any sense to me. Well, we'll get to that here in just a second. Right here we have our milk trailer for the cows, and over here is the slurry trailer. We get slurry out of here. They start you off with this trailer right here. I did consider swapping over to one of these just because it looks less expensive and we could always upgrade to that. But I think, honestly, this has a bigger capacity than that because this is a mod, I think, if I remember. Yes, I believe this is a mod, yeah. So I painted it white, you know, to signify milk. Um, yeah, so here is the cow area right here. We'll be getting into the cows fairly soon. We have a gate right there going out. And then let's move on over. I do love these cattle catchers right here. These cattle guards, cattle grates. Very cool. Moving on over here, we have a plow. We're going to be using this periodically because I do have periodic plowing on, and maybe clean up some edges if there's some funky edges. So yeah, inside here, I swapped out the John Deere for this New Holland. They are they're pretty much the same size. It's just I swapped over to a New Holland. I was looking for a modded one that I could change the body to a blue. And I did find one, I believe, but the horsepower and capacity didn't match up with the John Deere that the starting John Deere was. So I went with this one. It is a modded New Holland. All of this stuff you can find in the mod hub. Everything I have downloaded here you can find in the mod hub except for the map. The map is a PC only. This is the 4X and all of that stuff. Over here we have this right here. This is a modified Diablo or Dalbo Dalbo roller. You could do field rolling, grass rolling, and field mulching with this. You just have to change it in the workshop. Back here we got our headers. They did start you off with a corn header as well as a regular grain header. So I gave myself the same, just in New Holland, and slightly bigger than what was given to us before. Over here we have the New Holland baler. Gonna give us square bales. We'll probably never have to upgrade our baler, to be honest. It didn't start you off with a baler, but we're gonna be doing some grass work and straw work, so there is our baler right there. I could have started off with one just a little bit smaller, but the New Holland options and the smaller balers didn't give me square bales, and I want to work square bales. I typically do round, but I want to do square. So in here, we have our other New Holland tractor, which I didn't show you the one that was in there. We'll get there in just a second. We have a New Holland tractor. This is our big one. This is our T7. And I think it's got like 200 some odd horsepower, which is bigger than what was given to us in the John Deere. And this is where there was some issues. Okay. So the John Deere tractors that was given to us, one was 175 horsepower. The other one was 190 horsepower. The seeder, I've swapped out the Vergstat or whatever the heck it is with this Bourgeois mod seeder. Never used this before. It looks very cool, so I decided to use it. But the seeder that the map was intended to be started with was far too big as far as horsepower requirements for the tractors that we had. Same with the planter. And I think there was something else that was that required way too much horsepower for the tractors that we had. So I had to bump up the size of one of our tractors, and then I swapped out for some basically same size implements as far as everything else. So here is our seeder, and over here we got the case IH planter. Unfortunately, because I could not find a New Holland, if there even is one. I don't know why that was knocked over to the side like that. I gotta straighten it out because it's gonna bug me. Anyways, so we got this grain trailer. This is a mod. This is Lizard brand, but it has a bunch of different color combinations that you could do. So I went with the New Holland blue and white, and unfortunately you cannot get rid of the green. So yeah, you could change this half, which also changes that, and the little bits up front here, and then you could change the wheel colors. It's pretty cool. Over here we have a, what is this? This is the tedder. This is the Kubota pack tedder. I removed the logos, which is an option in the store, and then changed it to a New Holland blue. We got our mowers over here, same thing, Kubota mowers. Just changed it to the New Holland blue and gotten rid of the logos. Over here, we're gonna go with the Vermeer windrower. Never used this before. It looks really cool, and decided to use it. So obviously Vermeer is yellow, so we're gonna leave that the way it is. Over here is, I believe, just the grain silo and dryer, and then it goes back out that direction over there. All right, so back here we got nothing. This is the pigsty. We'll probably never use this because I just don't like doing pigs on Farm Sim. They serve no purpose. You feed them, they grow, you sell them. You feed them, they grow, you sell them, and that's it. There's no byproduct other than slurry produced from the pigs, so it's kind of a waste of time, in my opinion. I added this little water well. This is pretty cool. I seen this in the mod hub. I downloaded it, and I was like, this would be a really nice, older farm water well. Comes with a fence around it, and yeah. So right here we have another one of these lizard tanks, painted it blue to signify water. We'll be using this for water. You might be wondering, why do I have multiple trailers? Well, because I was thinking about it. Realistically, you wouldn't be putting your water, your milk in the slurry tank because that's disgusting. So you would have a separate tank for it. And then, as far as milk and water, realistically, I mean, with the milk trailers, you would get a washout certificate. You would, take it to a tanker washout port somewhere and get the tank washed out, and then you could use it for other things. But I just decided to go with 2 because you don't want your water to be milk water. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, so over here, this is the last area. We have our other tractor. This is our smaller one of the 2. I think about 175 horsepower is what I stuck with the T6. And then this is the sprayer that it starts you off with. And the seeder they start you off with is the Amazon from the shop. But I swapped it out for the Kubota and removed the logos to change the color. And then also we have a weight back here. And our front loader attachment. Both tractors do have the front loader attachment option. And then our front loader implements, I guess, if you will. Pallet fork, bucket, bale spikes. I know it seems like we have everything we need. We do have basically everything that we need to run a functional farm. And that's what I wanted in this series, was to run a functional farm. So, yeah. That is kind of where we're at. So without wasting any more time, we're going to go ahead and jump into some field work. We need to get all of our fields plowed because they are in the state that is requiring a plow right now. There were no crops on these fields at the start. And Why is that not starting? Oh boy. Okay, there we go. I just had to unplug and plug back in my little side panel button box. That was... Sometimes you gotta do that with it. It's strange like that. Anyways, so we're gonna be taking our bigger tractor of the two and grabbing our plow and getting this going. Yeah, so like I was saying, none of the fields start with any crop on them. And there were no crop on them previously and all that stuff. They kind of start in a cultivated state, I guess. So since we're just right here at the farm, we're going to be starting over here at field 35. So you start with 32, 33, 34, and 35, all right here at the center farm called the Circle Farm. It's smack dab right in the middle of the map. That is the starting farm. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop this bad boy down. A little bit of lag. And let's go ahead and get to plowing. So, obviously I'm not gonna, make you guys watch all of this. We'll just chit-chat here just a little bit as I'm working this field. I want to make sure we have actually quite a bit to do in this first episode. I want to get these fields planted today, and the first stage of fertilizer down today in this episode. So let's enough jibber jabber. We spent way too much time on the farm tour. Let's go ahead and jump into getting some work done. And there we go. The first field on the list, field 35, is done. So let's go ahead and fold this up. The worker did fairly well on that. I did hire a worker to kind of take over the work a little bit. We're going to move on to the next field. So we could probably go ahead and do field 32 since it's right here. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad of a field to do. We'll go ahead and open up the gate and get on over there. There's another massive field right behind it too. Now the question is, how do you get down to that field? I could just jump down, yes, but I do like to take the roadways and all of that stuff, and we're going to be exploring this map a little at a time. I am late to the game on this map, I realize that, but I had some other series going on and then ran into some major issues with one of them. So I figured, you know what? Let's go ahead and start up another one. Decided to go with this one. It was between this one and the new Edgewater, Saskatchewan map. So, yeah. I decided to go with this one. I have not explored this map. I have not watched any videos on it. I've seen, screenshots and stuff of it here and there. So I don't really know exactly, where everything is at on this map. I mean, it's a fairly large map. It's a 4X map, so there's a lot to explore. We're going to be exploring all of it. I'm sure you guys have already explored it and know what to expect. But, yeah, it's going to be completely new to me. Here is the entryway, and this field is... What is this field? This is an interesting field, so that hill might become a problem. Now, okay, doesn't look like I can with this one. I was going to try the old flip the plow around. Now, I wonder if you could put it on the front. Let's just get to it. Let's go ahead and get the headlands done here, and we'll try to square it up as best we can, and hire another worker on to get this going. This is gonna do it for all of the plowing right here. Just this little bitty piece left on field 34. This field took absolutely forever. All right. Plowing is done. Time for us to move on to the next task, and that is going to be to get some lime put down on all of these fields. So let's get back to the farm, and I need to get, actually, I think I'm going to use this tractor. We need to get some fuel, so we're going to test out that fuel point there in the farm and see if that is a purchase point or somewhere that I gotta like bring fuel to, because I don't see any icons or anything around it, but I do see the icon on the map. If anything, we can always put down our own place and go from there. So we're gonna get this back over to the other side of the farm here, and it looks like I may possibly need to clear my cache on this, on Farm Sim. Yeah, there's no road going down this way, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna leave the plow outside. I painted this little area right here. There we go. Didn't want to lower it, wanted to unfold it. Painted this little area with a little bit of dirt, make it look like it's been used. This is where the plow is parked. We're definitely gonna have to get a bigger plow for sure, because my goodness, that took forever. Probably about 2 hours in real life, I would say, roughly. And I'm thinking maybe we should grab the weight, because I did get the big capacity, the XL capacity for that spreader, simply because of how fast the lime gets used. So it may be just a little bit heavy once we fill it up with lime. So let's get in here, grab this weight, and grab our spreader. Should be good to go. We're definitely gonna need fuel. So let's hook up to this, and we'll go over to this. Oh my goodness. There we go. This is a small shed. I do like the sheds and stuff in this map. Unfortunately, we cannot delete any of the buildings on this farm. Can't delete like all the debris and all that stuff unless you were to go into Giants Editor and all of that stuff, which I'm not gonna do. Eventually we'll get to the point to where one of my goals for this series is to build out a big farm, and I already have the layout and everything in mind. So let's see what happens here. Yes, it is a fuel purchase point, so $177 for fuel. I have the fast filling tanks, that's why that filled up so fast. Okay, we need to actually take the trailer down to the store and get it loaded up with some limes, so let's do that. So I'm coming into one of the towns right now, and this looks absolutely amazing. Got a Wendy's right there, looks like a couple of other things over there. The Stanley Cakery. Hawkeyes. What is this, like a community college or a high school or something? Looks like a dairy over there. We got up here a Timmy's. They got a Timmy's. Nice. Very cool with the low clearance bridge. Looks like some sort of gas station over there, maybe a speedway. I don't know. We got a post office in the back. Got a BP up here. This is absolutely incredibly done. This is amazing. A little bit of lag because the textures and everything are still loading in. This is so cool. Del Taco. Then you got a little neighborhood right here. Love the street signs. You got a fire department. Can the fire department actually be open? It can. Oh man. We'll have to put some fire trucks in here just because. Just because. We should actually probably close that door. It's a little bit of lag going on here. A little bit of frame drop. So we're up here at the shop, and here's an interesting thing about this shop. There are tractors and stuff here that you can get into. You can start them up, move them around, all that stuff. At least I think you can. I know you can get in them. There's a tractor supply right there. Oh man, animal dealer. service shop. This is super cool. I like this a lot. But yeah, you can get in these tractors and everything, and they show up on the mini map, but you cannot, like, but they're not yours. You can't sell them. So yeah, that's interesting. Here's the gate. You gotta walk up to this box to open it. And I have went ahead and purchased a shop, and actually I just realized my money is not correct because I did this. So we're gonna correct that now. You can look at the last clip to see that that was the correct amount that I had before. So I purchased this for the shop along with some implements and everything, just a cherry picker, a big bag handler, and pallet forks with an adapter to connect to this because that was for a front loader. So I used the CSZ teleloaders adapter to get the big bag lifter and everything. So let's actually go ahead and go into the shop. Does this door open? It does. This is amazing. I love this. It's a John Deere shop. So, you know, we're using New Holland stuff. But it is what it is. So we'll go into here. Let's go to big bags and let's go ahead and get... So we're looking at 2,000 liters for $350. Do I have anything else installed? I do not. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get... We're going to go ahead and max it out, get 8, and see how that fits onto the trailer. That's super cool. I like that a lot. Also, I'm digging this truck for sure. Now, I could do auto load on this, but I figured why not make it a little bit fun and see if I can load this stuff up with a telehandler. So we're going to go ahead and park this kind of like that and shut it off because this might be a little bit of time to get this stuff hooked up. And here we go. I do like this telehandler. It's very nice. It's a New Holland, so it would match the farm very well if we were using it on the farm. But this is for shop use only. I even have a tag on there that says shop use only. Okay, so I'm gonna have to switch to the tractor to hook to the bag. Or switch to the actual telehandler to pick up the bag. And extend it out, which I think I will do to reach the other side of the trailer. Now, I do not have a big bag handler at the farm. But that's okay. Oh my goodness, things are happening. And let's go ahead and disconnect from that. Yeah, that worked out pretty nice. I wonder if I can get 3 across the front there. Obviously, you don't want all the weight being like right there on the tongue. You would rather have it distributed mostly over the axles in this sense, so it doesn't pick up the front of the truck. So let's get one more loaded, and then I'm not going to bore you guys with picking up the rest of this stuff. Then I may try to auto-load and just see how it stacks. Because I do think I want to go back with like a full trailer load of lime. That way we have plenty, because we're going to need a lot. I mean a lot. So it looks like we can maybe get 3 bags across, which would be nice. But, yeah, I'm not going to bore you guys with the rest of this. Back at the farm now with the trailer load of lime, and I did go ahead and auto-load the rest of it, and it only does it in 2 rows, which is a little weird because you could fit 3 bags up in the front there, you know, up until you get back here to the fender wells. But, you know, hey, it is what it is, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing loaded all the way up. It is 10,000 liters of lime, and there's something going on with that TLX truck. When I was at the shop and I got out of it and I started walking towards it, like the frame rate just tanked. Not sure what's going on there, but hopefully it gets addressed if that is an issue with the mod itself. This is the first time I'm actually using it. I did have it set up in the roleplay series, but I didn't really drive it or anything. I just kind of set it up and left it there. So yeah, not sure what the deal is with that. So there we go, 10,000 liters, and we'll go ahead and throw the cover back on, and we're just gonna jump right in. And there we go. This has a massive spread on it. So we're just gonna do headland and see what's left to get. This tractor is quite slow, to be honest, and I don't understand why my work speed is not working. So if I crank it all the way up to 42, okay, it is letting me go. Okay, cool. There we go. That way we can get this stuff done just a little bit faster. I know it's not, like, you know, realistic and whatever, but when you're making a series, you gotta get progress made here. Let's go ahead and actually shut that off right there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and get this back here so I don't miss it. We have a direct drill seeder and everything, so and planter. I'm not worried about cultivating or mulching this time around. Obviously, we don't need to mulch. There's nothing on the field. Yeah. So, not a concern. What is a concern, however, is that I am missing the edge back there. That is not what I was going to say, but it is, in fact, a concern. So, anyways, back up, get that little spot, because it's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. So the next time that we see this map on the channel is probably going to be a live stream at this moment. At the time of recording, it will be, but that could always change. So if you see it as a video or it pops up as a live stream, then you know. So that is one layer of 10,000 liters of lime down on the field. So we're gonna have to, this is gonna take a little while. I got a feeling we're gonna need to go back for some more. So yeah, this is 34 is gonna take a lot for sure. This is it for liming the fields. We got 5,300 liters left in here, plus a little bit left on the trailer there. So I think what I want to do is go ahead and just unload this stuff here. And I will auto-load it back onto the trailer. So it should, yes, default to big bags. I will come back for that trailer. Surprised that sign didn't get knocked down. Let's go and zoom back in. The 42 meter working with is amazing. But I don't like to be zoomed out that far. It looks a little funky. Kind of like I'm playing a mobile game, you know what I mean? Speaking of mobile games, apparently Farm Sim 23 is coming out on mobile soon. I think I played one at one point on mobile. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really play games on my phone, you know? Yeah, I definitely need to clear my cache, for sure. I'm not going to worry about washing equipment just yet. We don't even have a place to wash equipment right now. So we'll go ahead and just drop this right back there in its place, and I'll probably drop this weight, go grab the truck, and move on to the next thing. Alright, so we're going to see how well this seeder works. It looks pretty cool, that is for sure. Got to fill it up with fertilizer and seed. So the first application of fertilizer will be done with the seeder and the planter whenever we do any row crop or anything like that. Then the second stage of fertilizer will be done with either the spreader or the sprayer. Thinking probably the spreader, but we'll get to that whenever we get to it. So let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on and get to seeding. So we're putting grass down on this field as well as one other field. That is, so we're doing fields 32 and 35 with grass, and then fields 33 and 34 we're gonna do with oats. That way we can have a pretty good crop to sell and make some money off of, as well as get some straw still. That way we can get the straw for our cows, because we are going to be getting some cows fairly soon. Probably, actually, definitely not this episode. This episode's probably running a little bit long. I'm going to try to edit it down as much as I can and keep it fairly short. But yeah, maybe if I live stream, then I'll probably do the cows. Then we'll have a couple of things other cows to worry about. We are going to need to roll our fields here, so that roller that we have, I can change it from like a standard roller. I can change it to a grass roller, and I can change it to a mulcher, which is super cool. It's on the mod hub. You can get it, just search in the rollers. It's basically the base game Dalbo with the modification of doing the different types, you know, the grass roller and the mulcher, as well as other color options. So of course I went with New Holland. I think I talked about that at the beginning of the episode. Oh god, we're missing stuff. I don't want to miss anything. I want to capitalize on as much of this as we possibly... Nope, that's not the button I wanted. Alright, there we go. Now we can straighten it out. I kind of like the cedar. It's interesting. It's different. This is probably the first time I've properly used a Bordeaux brand piece of equipment. I have tried the air carts before, and I failed epically because those things are a nightmare. Those things are a nightmare. So, anyways, let's get these fields seeded and see where we're at after that. So I have determined that I really like this cedar. I think it's great. I think it's a great starter for, like, if you don't want to start with super small equipment, and if you're not doing like a you know, survival start kind of thing, and you want a decent size, you know, cedar that's not gonna be like end game size, you know what I mean? But you want something that's not super small, then this is a great mod. You can get this in the mod hub, actually. It's the Bordeaux. I think it's the, what is that, a CD or a CO? CO, or no, CD872. Very nice. It's 8 meters or something like that. And it's done fairly well. That one field took 50% fertilizer, though, so we are going to need to top off before we head on out to the other fields. So luckily I have some still sitting right up here. Okay, maybe it's getting confused with the seed. I'll just super strength this out of the way and try that again. Maybe we're not close enough. Yeah, that's what it was. We just weren't close enough. That's okay. Alright, on to the next fields. And this right here is the last little bit of seeding and fertilizing, the first stage fertilizer. We have 2 big fields of oat and 2 kind of medium-sized fields, I guess, of grass. Oh, wrong button. There we go. We want to fold this thing up. I am absolutely loving this vehicle control add-on mod instead of the guided steering GPS. Don't get me wrong, guided steering GPS is nice and everything, but I can change my lines and stuff like on the fly with this, and that is absolutely incredible. I love it. I don't know why I hadn't been using this. I think actually like the first iteration that I had used wasn't like, I don't know, I didn't like it. There was something about it I didn't like. I do remember using it a long time ago, though. Maybe it was for 19 that I was using. I can't remember. But anyways, regardless, yeah, it's amazing. I love it. And this cedar is amazing. It handles well, and it has a pretty good little extra bit on the end. So like when you're turning and stuff and you want to cover certain areas, it'll reach it kind of. Yeah, it's nice. It's I think it's very fitting for this farm. So we're gonna not worry about washing the equipment right now, and don't turn down the wrong driveway again. Need to go down here and park this up into this place. This has been quite a lot of work to get the farm rolling here in the beginning. But, you know, I didn't want to bore you guys too much with all of, like, the plowing, the initial plowing and seeding and liming and all that stuff, because you've seen it a million times in series and everything, and you know, I kind of feel like it's kind of the same as, like Minecraft, right? You don't want to watch the beginning stages of somebody starting a Minecraft Let's Play, you know, where they just drop in and they got to gather the basic supplies. It's the same thing over and over, so... You know, I didn't want to bore you guys too much with that, so I don't know exactly how much of it I'm gonna show in the video, but I have been recording all day. Started probably around 9 o'clock this morning, and it is currently almost 6 o'clock, and I still gotta eat dinner, edit this video, get it uploaded. So, yeah, I need to go get the truck and everything. And while I'm at it, I'm going to close up the barn. This has been a lot of fun, to be honest. I'm enjoying this map so far thoroughly. It's a beautiful map, and I can't wait to get more into it.